is Coach Christy here, and I am so excited to be sharing with you all today on your January Fit Addicted Diamond and Above team call. I just want to verify that I am live in the group. Okay, I am live, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. First, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my story as a coach, because I think it will help you guys to understand that wherever you're at in your business at this very moment, you can go wherever it is that your vision, your dreams, like wherever you want to go, it is possible. So for me, I actually started as a coach 5.5 years ago, and I graduated college. I was thought I was going to go into the financial industry. I was a financial advisor. I was going to be super successful, all these things, and I was working at a desk, a job, and I just didn't enjoy it. And so I started searching for additional opportunities. And basically what I found was that what I realized was my goals and priorities other jobs weren't meeting. I really wanted something that allowed me time freedom, financial freedom, and something that I loved to do every day, something that I was passionate about. And so the reason why time freedom and financial freedom were so important to me was, as a child, at the age of 8, my dad and my grandparents actually beat my mom up in front of me. And I share this with you not to feel bad for me, but so that you know where I come from, so that you know whatever your past holds, that does not determine or dictate your future by any means. So after this happened, after my grandparents and my father beat my mom up in front of us, they actually hid us from my mom. My mom was thrown in jail because they said that she beat them up, which is so far from the truth. I was there, I saw it all, and my dad hid us from my mom. So my mom was actually searching after she got out of jail and woke up the next morning with bruises all over. They realized that she was telling the truth, and we lost everything. My dad decided he didn't want to pay child support to my mom once she got us back, and he sold his business. He sold our ranch. We lost our horses. I used to show horses. I couldn't show anymore. It's a very expensive sport. We lost all of our boxer puppies, and everything was taken away from me at the ripe age of 8. And so I went from having everything as a child to having nothing, moving into low-income apartments, listening to my mom cry herself to sleep at night because she didn't have enough money for sports. I asked her one day for $5 for a soccer tournament, and I heard her crying herself to sleep, and I never asked her for money again. I didn't want her to think that it was money, that she wasn't enough, and with everything that she was going through as a single mom, I wanted her to know that she was enough and that we loved her, and she was giving us a roof over our heads, food on our plate, and tons of love. And she had to go back to work. And because she worked so much to try to make ends meet, she missed out. That makes me cry, sorry. She missed out on all of the sports that I was playing. I got a job so that I could afford to play sports, and she missed out on all of those things. And I knew that if I was going to have kids, I couldn't be at a job that didn't allow me the freedom to be there for my kids' sporting events, that didn't allow me the freedom to pick my kids up from school or drop them off. And I also knew that I never wanted to say, honey, we don't have $5 for a soccer tournament, because I know inside how much that hurt my mom's heart. And I didn't want to have to go through that. So when I got this job in the financial industry, I thought this was going to answer. I was going to have flexibility. I was going to have time freedom. I'm going to have financial freedom. I'm going to have it all. I'm going to have kids. And I realized that, the companies that I was working for, they just didn't care. I saw other moms missing out on plays and sporting events and not being there for their kids, and our boss saying, no, you can't take that vacation. And I never wanted to go through that. So in came coaching. My story's a little different. That I was telling Meg yesterday, my coaching journey started the day I signed up as a coach. Like, my sign up and start date are the very exact same thing. And you hear all these accolades from all these top coaches, right? Superstar Diamond Coach, Millions Club, Executive Leader, on and on and on and on. And guys, I do the same exact thing that you do every single day. As long as you're building your business consistently and with hustle, I do the exact same thing. But here's what I found is that tough times happen, or they're gonna happen. As a brand new coach, I got to 1-star diamond in 9 months, and I was so excited. Here I am, I'm moving up the ladder. I'm rank advancing in my business. I got diamond in 60 days. And then at my 10-month mark, after hitting 1-star diamond, the coach that signed up with me started being very degrading. He was a male coach, and he started just, saying really awful things to me. I won't even go into the details. And I called someone way up in my upline, not even someone that's, my sponsor coach. And I said, hey, if you want to help this person and you want to work with them, you totally can. He can fall out of diamond. He could switch to another coach. I don't even care, because I am building this business for freedom. I am building this business to surround myself with like-minded people, positive people who are going to lift me up, who are going to support me, who are going to run with me. And that's not him. And yes, I'm going to lose rank. I'm going to lose rank. I'm going to fall back to diamond coach, but that's okay, because that's not what this business is about. That is not why I was building it. I wasn't building it for the rank. I was building it to love what I do every day. I was building it to have a like-minded community. So I had to lose that rank. I lost it. He worked for a little bit. He worked with the coach that, sorry, my computer and my notes just went away. He worked with the coach that I had contacted for a little bit, and then he fell out. And I think it took me a whole nother year to get to 2-star diamond. And I got to 2-star diamond, and at that time, 2-star diamond made you elite, so I got elite coach, and I was so excited, was able to open my second business center. I'm doing this again. I'm back on track. I have people, that want to run with me. And all those people decided to quit. They quit on me. And it was back to me again. I was back to diamond coach again. I got 2-star elite, and then it crumbled, fell back to diamond. And so I thought, okay, well, those weren't the people. Those weren't my lifers. Those weren't people that see the vision. I have to get better as a leader. I have to grow as a leader. It doesn't mean that I'm a failure. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to get where I want to go. I just have more to learn, and that's okay. And so in the next year, I worked really hard. I'm getting closer and closer to 5-star. You had to be 5-star. No. Sorry, you didn't. That was a 2-star year that I got 2-star elite. So that same year, after I fell out of 2-star back to diamond, I all of a sudden, 9 months later, I got to 5-star. And I was in 6 weeks of qualification for 5-star, right? It's a 6-week qualification. I was on the 6th week, the 7th day of the 6th week, and someone fell out of diamond. I went from almost getting that quarterly bonus of 5-star. I had just left my full-time job, and I fell out of 5-star back to 4-star. It took me a whole nother year to get to 5-star diamond. A whole nother year to get to 5-star diamond. And you think, oh my gosh, this girl, she just keeps falling backwards. But I just didn't give up. So here's the thing. I have these tips that I'm going to get to, but I want you guys to understand the one thing that separates me from everybody else is my attitude. In the face of adversity, in the face of struggle, sure, I cry. I cried. When I lost 5-star diamond, I cried. I didn't cry because I lost the rank. I cried because I lost the bonus and I had just left my full-time job. So I was counting on that bonus, and that's why I cried. It was because I was like, I need that income so badly, and I lost it. And when I lost it, I was jumping on a plane. It had been great, like all 6 weeks. And that last Wednesday, I was in between flights, and I jumped on the flight, or in between flights, we had a really quick 30-minute layover to jump to the next flight, and I was checking my Coach Online office as I'm boarding the plane, and I noticed that someone was going inactive, and the stewardess said, put your phone away. And I lost it. That was the worst flight of my life. It was 5 hours. By the time I got off the flight, the time had already ended. I had already lost 5-star. And I was in tears. I think I probably cried for 24 hours. We were visiting family, and I was so upset. My husband was sitting next to me. He's like, it's okay. You'll get back there. You know what it takes to get back there. You're going to put the time into your business. Sorry, my husband's talking to our dog. When I get on the video, she gets a little upset and wants attention. So, I cried. I was upset, and I reevaluated. I have a choice. Do I work Do I continue to work or do I let it go? I'm not going to let my vision go, guys. It doesn't matter how long it takes me to get to that vision that I had. When I signed up as a coach, my first vision was leaving my full-time job and being able to do this full-time. I was doing that. Yes, I lost rank. Yes, my success wasn't coming in the way that I expected it to, but that didn't mean I wasn't going to get there. It meant that I just had to continue growing. And I knew that the one thing that separated me was attitude and that I don't give up. When I miss a goal, I push harder. When I am not where I want to be, I push harder. Where most people will give up or slow down, I go harder. So it took me a whole nother year to get back to 5-star diamond. And you think, okay, she got to 5-star diamond, it's gonna all click for her. Nope, it didn't. I was stuck at 5-star diamond for over a year, and I don't even remember, we'll say a year and a half. I was stuck at 5-star diamond. I finally inched my way to 7-star diamond coach. Finally, I was like, okay, this is it. We're making some moves. Nope, I was stuck at 7-star for another year. And then in that year, and it was 2014, to get elite, I'm a 5-time elite coach. To get elite, you have to help 2 new diamonds advance, right? 2 new diamonds in that year advance their business. And in 2014, I had the elite points. I was elite, but of those 2 people, one was one of my additional CBCs, and one was a friend of mine who had started building that business this year. So I essentially had helped only one person advance their business to diamond. And at that time, there are people that started the same time as me, Scotty Hobbs, Tara Carr, we all started in the same month, and they're advancing diamonds left and right, it felt like. But I looked at them, and you can't compare yourself. I looked at them and I thought, I know it's possible. They have a different journey than I have, and that's okay. So when you look to other people for inspiration to know that it's possible, to know that you can get there, you just have a little more growing to do. And it's true, I had more growing to do. I didn't know what it took to build that kind of business. I didn't know the type of leader that I needed to become, but I knew that I would never give up on becoming that leader that I needed to become. So the next year I did something different in my business, and I started a mastermind Zoom. And I've been doing these now since 2015, and I basically reached out to anybody that had 1 Success Club point or more in their business, and I challenge you guys, if you're listening to this, do this today. I went through, and anyone in my downline, if your downline's too big, just choose your personally sponsored coach. But I went to everyone in my downline because I figured I needed to help anybody. Anyone that had 1 Success Club point or more, I reached out to them and said, hey, I want to start something this year. I want to do a mastermind Zoom. It would be a weekly commitment of 40 minutes. We would all get on the Zoom. We would talk goals, successes, struggles, trainings, whatever we need every single week to help each other grow more in 2015. Guys, I went from helping 1 new diamond coach in 2014 to 15 new personally sponsored diamond coaches in 2015. And I'm excited to say that in 2016, I helped another 12 new diamond coaches, personally sponsored between my husband and I, advance to diamond. And I helped a lot of them advance to star diamond, 2-star, 5-star diamond. And these same people have been joining, not all of them. When I reached out, they all were gung-ho, and of course I had people fall off. I probably had 30 people start the group, and actually 20 continued with me. And those 20 to this day still show up every single week for our mastermind sessions. Now, in these mastermind sessions, I have requirements. One requirement is that they show up. They are allowed to miss two Zooms a quarter. If they miss more, they're out because I need to open it up to other new coaches that are showing up in their business and advancing their business. And the other requirement is that they have to have Success Club points on the board. If they don't, they're out the next month because we are going through, we have trainings for basic vital behaviors. And if they're not at that point yet, if they're not showing consistency to those basic vital behaviors, they need to go back to that training and spend time there, not on our weekly mastermind Zooms. The Zooms are for people that are moving their business forward. That changed my business. It changed my relationship with my coaches. I sat back. Anytime there's a tough time in my business, I look at things different. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And the things that I do when I am struggling, as I look at it, is how can I grow through this struggle? And how am I going to be able to turn around and share this with my team so that I can grow as a leader, but I can help them wherever they're at in their business. So I want to share a little story with you. Sorry, I'm full of a lot of stories today. In December of 2016, it was probably the roughest month in my business all year long, and I'll share with you guys why. So on my goal every single month is to have Success Club 10 by the 5th, the 10th at the latest, okay? And in December, I was at Success Club 0 on the 7th. Now, there are a couple reasons. Whenever this stuff like this happens, I get really stressed out about it, but I also know that I'm going to take action to do something about it. I'm not going to sit there and wallow in the fact that I'm at Success Club 0 or that I haven't helped anybody. The only thing that's going to change that is action. But why it was so stressful for me was we were moving. We were selling one house. We were buying another house. This wasn't something that we had planned. This was something like all of a sudden we realized we need to move to a different state because we're paying too much in California state taxes, and like literally put an offer in on a house like a week later. So that's what the coaching opportunity has afforded us to do, to make those types of decisions. But we were going through a lot. Christmas, holidays, parties, building our business, selling one house, buying the other, moving, all that good stuff, moving in the middle of a snowstorm. And so I wanted Success Club so badly by the 10th so that I could focus on that stuff, still do my basic vital behaviors the rest of the month, but be able to focus on moving. And I looked back for 2 years and I had never been at Success Club 0 on the 7th. That was like the worst, right? And so I realized that in December, the last 2 weeks after I had hit Success Club in November, because I hit it early on, I was comfortable. And as a leader, I think it's really easy to get comfortable. As a brand new coach, everything's uncomfortable. Inviting's uncomfortable, reaching out to people, posting on social media, all of it's uncomfortable. Then you become a leader, maybe you're earning Success Club consistently every single month, and that becomes your comfort level, and you get comfortable with that. And I've seen coaches do that. I've seen some of my top leaders do that. They get comfortable with Success Club 5 every month, and so they're just kind of going through the motions. They're not pushing comfort zones. As leaders, if we're asking brand new coaches, if we're asking our customers to push their comfort zones, even if it's just pushing play and that is scary for them, that is still pushing their comfort zone. We have to do the same. We have to push our own comfort zones, whatever that looks like for us. And in those last 2 weeks of November, I was not doing that. I was coasting. So that's what happened in December. So what I did was I looked at my business and I said, how can I get better? And I was listening to personal development. I listened to this podcast. It's called Young Entrepreneur's Lifestyle by Peter Voogd. I loved his podcast. And one thing that he was saying on his podcast is that most people don't live to their potential. Most people, all people don't live to their potential. There's always something that they could do better, more, work on, and we all know that to be true. But when he said it, something clicked with me. Like, I've been comfortable. Yes, I've been pushing all year long, but I'm also getting comfortable with the systems that I have in place. And if I'm asking my team to get uncomfortable, I have to do it too. So in the month of December, with the move and all that, I spoke on the phone, because I'm a big phone person, with 8 people a day. 8 people a day. That is Monday through Friday, 40 people a week. I was speaking with 40 people a week. Before that, I was maybe speaking with 15 people a week. Now, obviously, I was speaking with people because I was pushing goals, right? And so as I'm pushing goals, I ended the month in December with Success Club 48, 2 points shy of Success Club 50. That was probably, other than January of last year, my biggest month of the year. My toughest month of a year turned in to my biggest month of the year. Meg, and the podcast is Young Entrepreneur's Lifestyle. Young Entrepreneur Lifestyle by Peter Voogd. It's incredible. And he also wrote, and the reason why I started listening to his podcast is he wrote the book 6 Months to Six Figures. And it's not like, this book is amazing if you've read 12-Week Year. It's very similar kind of concepts. But what I like about it is there's all this stuff for you to break down your goals. So you actually write in the book. I usually listen to audio, but I actually listened to audio and read his book so that I could go through and add all my goals, like commitments, things that I was working on, to really write it down and make it, part of my everyday. So I love this. My team has focused on mastering this. I have coaches that have been able to earn 6 months or 6 figures in 6 months by using this in my masterminds. Because someone just asked, what do we go over in our masterminds? I really listen. I don't have like a set plan all the time. I listen to what my coaches need. And last year, at the beginning of the year, I realized that a lot of them were saying they were doing personal development, but not doing it. So we spent the first 2 months of the year reading 6 months to 6 figures, breaking it down on each of our calls, going through all the action items. Because I think a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, I don't have to do that. But you don't have to, but it really does make a difference if you do, right? Common sense is not always common practice. And so a lot of those simple things are things that are going to make the most difference in our lives. So we would go through, and I would go through too, and answer all the questions. The other thing that I started going through on my Zooms every week was we would go through at the beginning of the month their goals for the month, what they want to accomplish. But not just their goals, like what were their action items going to be to get to their goals? And we got really specific. So the five things that we go through are: how many people are you going to add to your network this week? How many people are you going to connect with and send a message and talk with and get to know this week? So how many people are you going to build that relationship with? How many people are you going to invite to a challenge group? How many people are you going to invite to the coach opportunity? And how many people are you going to follow up with? And I have a finance background, so I'm very, very big on numbers. I have a lot of coaches that are like, I don't like numbers, Christy. But tracking, I also have a business degree. Whatever you track improves. And so I'm really big on my coaches tracking what they're doing. And you get to decide your numbers. I don't decide them. You get to decide what that number is for you. You need to decide what that is that you will do consistently, because it is much better that you are adding 2 to your network and reaching out, connecting with 2 people and inviting 2 people and following up with 2 people. If that is what you will do consistently, that is what you need to write down. I have other coaches that are like, I'm going to add 50 people to my network and connect with 50 people this week and invite 50 people this week. Whatever that is that you will do consistently. Because consistency builds this business. It's not what you do every once in a while. So I really break down their goals into action items of what they're going to do, because too many times coaches say, oh, I want to be diamond by March. But yet they didn't sign any coaches in the month of January. Diamond's not going to happen by March if you're not doing the action items and breaking it down month by month, week by week to actually get there. So that's what we do on our masterminds. Right now on the masterminds, I made them all go through and they choose a week. So however many, usually there's anywhere from 6 to 10 people on a mastermind, and they all choose a week, and they're training on their specific week. They're doing the training for the mastermind, not me. So they get on, they get to lead the call, they get to lead the training, they get to do all the talking, they get to share with us what is working for them. And the reason why I do this is because a lot of your coaches are doing amazing things in their business, yet they look at you like you are the leader, like you are amazing, and they start comparing themselves. I'm not that amazing. I don't have anything to offer. Guys, we all have something to offer. Where you are in your business right now, compared to where you were 3 months ago, somebody 3 months ago wants to learn, who is where you were 3 months ago wants to learn from you. Somebody who is where you were a year ago wants to learn from you. A brand new coach who is 2 months into the business, a brand new coach that just started wants to learn from that coach that's 2 months in, because they have more knowledge than the coach that just got started. So wherever somebody is in their business, they have something to offer. And I kind of have to pull that out of them, but it also helps them to get comfortable in knowing that they have leadership abilities to train and teach their team. And so what I see is the first time that they come onto the Zoom and they're doing the training is they're so closed, like they're so shy. They don't feel like they have value to add. They're, tons of ums. They're just so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. But the rest of the coaches, they're not on the Zoom, aren't at my level of leadership. So they're taking so much away from it. And I listen so that I can take things away. And one of my coaches the other day, it was her turn to lead, and she actually just got on the Zoom and she said, I just want to talk about what is working for everybody else. And she was kind of facilitating a mastermind, which is great. But I really wanted her to train. She was doing that because that was comfortable for her. And I really wanted her to train on something that she knew, because I know that she's an incredible leader and she doesn't believe it yet. So I said, after everybody gets through their rounds of training, I would like to have you train again, because I love that you facilitated the mastermind, but I would really like you to train on something on the mastermind. And she goes, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, don't apologize. The Zoom was great. We had a great conversation. It was great, us all giving tips and sharing tips, but I think you have a lot more to share than you realize, and I want to learn from you. And so yesterday was her day, and she went on the Zoom and she shared, and what she shared was a breakdown. When her new coaches get started, she has a 6-week one-on-one call with them that breaks down each week what she's going to be covering with them on that call. So we have a new coach training that we all do together as a team. All of my leaders come together every month and we do a new coach training. One of us goes live in the training group each day for 21 days. But they know what topic they're speaking on. Like, the topic is there and they just sign up for the topic. So, and they can speak whatever they want on that topic. So this was a little out of her comfort zone to actually have to come up with a topic on her own and realize that she has something. And she goes, but I just took what you do and just put it in a weekly, in a weekly one-on-one call with my coaches. And I'm like, that is brilliant, because that is exactly what I was looking for. Because now I'm going to take what you just taught me and I'm actually going to do a mastermind with my new coaches for 4 weeks. So all my new coaches get to join a mastermind once a week, 4 weeks, 30-minute call. And I'm like, you just gave me my topics. Thank you so much. Like, I don't have to go figure it out. That was gold. That built her confidence so much. And her goal this year is to go 5-star elite. She's a diamond coach, and the difference is she had that goal last year. She wasn't at that leadership level and confidence and ability yet last year. But this year, she is. I have 100% confidence. She's a diamond coach right now. She will get 5-star elite. Because her confidence in her abilities to lead others and her confidence in her ability to train and offer value and have something to offer has grown. And a lot of times I think our new coaches don't believe that they have something to offer everyone when they do, but we have to pull that out of them. So that's what I love about the masterminds, is I'm able to really listen to what they're saying and be able to facilitate pulling those things out of them so that they can start to believe in themselves. It's not just enough, in my opinion, to reach out and say, I know you can do this, you're great, you have everything it takes. It's really our job to coach them through that and help them to, help to pull that out of them. Okay, so I don't know what time it is, but I do have a few tips that I wanted to share with you guys. First, I struggle too. I always struggle. But like I said earlier, I look at struggle differently. So in December when I was struggling, I was like, this sucks right now and it's really hard and it's stressing me out. I'm going to take as much action, more action than I've ever taken. But what I learned from that was when I finished the month of December, I realized how much more I could be doing. And I share that with my coaches. I got on a Zoom with all of them for our mastermind that week, and I said, I want you guys all to know I'm at Success Club 0. I don't know how I'm going to get Success Club this month, but I am going to talk with as many people as I possibly can to find those people who need my help. Like, I am not giving up. I'm giving it all. I am talking with more people than ever, and I'm going to make this happen. And then I said, does anybody have any ideas? And I let them teach me. How amazing do you think that made them feel? They're like, our leader doesn't know what she's doing right now, and I get to give her tips. So they love it. They love it. I share all my struggles with them. I share my struggles when I'm in the moment, and I get really excited about it. I say, you guys, this is what I'm struggling with. And they're like, how is this girl sharing her struggles with a smile on her face, and she's super pumped about it? I'm pumped because I know by sharing with them, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going to figure out how I'm going to get out of this struggle so that I can turn around and teach them exactly what I did. And that's what I do. I push, I take more action, I turn around and I teach them. And what I learned in December was I was comfortable. I was building my business. I pushed comfort zones all year long. I pushed a lot, but I started to get comfortable in the last quarter of the year. And because I was getting comfortable, I wasn't living to my potential and I wasn't leading by example. Was I doing my workouts? Yes. Was I drinking my Shakeology? Yes. Was I adding to my network? Yes. Was I starting new conversations? Yep. Was I inviting? Definitely. Was I posting on social media? Yes. I was doing it all, but it was all comfortable. And so I pushed comfort zones, and I realized how many more people I can connect with and talk on a daily basis. And something I did, because I was so like, how am I going to do this, is I signed up for Team Z. And this is not a plug for Team Z, even though it'll sound like it, because one of my coaches, she went from diamond coach, like diamond, to emeralds diamond, no one close to diamond, to 2-star diamond in 3 weeks, 2-star qualifying in 3 weeks. And she hit 2-star diamond and opened her second business center in the last quarter of the year. What changed? She got Team Z. She believed that it was possible. I told her there was a quarterly bonus, and she's like, let's do it. And so when I saw her do that with Team Z, I was like, dude, she's inviting so many more people, not more time, but she's connecting and inviting with more people because of Team Z. And so I need to check this out. So when I was at Success Club Zero, I probably would have never signed up for Team Z. I would have said, my systems are working. I don't need Team Z. I got this, like whatever. I signed up for Team Z immediately. Like I got off the Zoom with her. She did her training because it was a mastermind Zoom. She did her training on Team Z. So I jumped off. I got Team Z immediately, uploaded all my contacts, and I realized I had people on Facebook in my contacts list from 2012 and 2013 that had asked me for information that I never followed up with and that I haven't spoken with since, and they're still friends with me on Facebook. Shame on me. Like, I'm so embarrassed to admit that. And so Team Z has been helping me to reach out to those people that I had forgotten about. And I'm so embarrassed, and that I didn't follow up with on a regular basis. And so for me, that changed my business in December. I was able to connect with and reach so many more people efficiently, not taking more time, efficiently because of that. So you learn through those struggles. What did I do? I turned around, I got on my team page. I'm like, guys, if you are struggling with time management, if you're not sure how to continue following up with people, if you forget to follow up with people, if you're losing people, get Team Z, because it will change your world. And all the ones that were skeptical just watched everybody else get it, and all these coaches soaring, highest paychecks, da 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 da. Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. And then now all those coaches that were skeptical are now on Team Z, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was looking for. It took me, 6 weeks of listening to you to finally convert, but I'm converted and I'm going to do this. So Manny said, is it easy to use and user friendly? It is so easy to use. I am not tech savvy at all. They give you a video on how to download your Facebook contacts, how to put your Facebook contacts in there. I have coaches like get it and upload everything and are using it that day. And you can put in your income, like your income goal, what you want to accomplish. It tells you how many people that you need to connect with, how many customers, coaches, because you can upload your customers from your Beachbody Coach Online office too, which for me, having multiple business centers and being a coach for 5.5 years, have a lot of customers in all those business centers that I do not follow up with regularly. They get an email from me once a month, but personally I don't follow up with them. And so that is helping me to actually create those relationships with people again. I'm getting so much more response and messages and people just following up just because I go and comment and like and send a message and check in on them and not trying to sell anything, just building relationships. It's so incredible. So I love it. Team Z has been a game changer. I wouldn't have found it if I didn't struggle in December. And then now I get to share that with all my coaches. The struggle that I went through, how did I overcome it? What did I do differently? And how did I go from 0 on the 7th to Success Club 48 when I didn't even think I was going to earn Success Club? Okay, so now my 4 tips. I'm going to get to my 4 tips. So the one thing in this business that you need to have, your coaches need to have, is a strong desire. And the one thing I think that I was missing for many years was I am so business, action, hustle oriented that I wasn't taking time to develop my coaches' visions. So when I get a new coach started, before they even sign up, I ask questions to figure out what their vision is. They don't understand that I'm asking. I'm not saying, what is your vision? They won't know. I pull questions out of them. So things that I'll ask is like, why are you interested in becoming a coach? Like, what interests you in the opportunity? What do you like best about it? Is it something you just want to earn a little bit of income on the side? Or do you just want to help a few people a month? Or is it something you'd like to do what I did and leave my full-time job? What does that look like to you? What are your thoughts? And so get clear with them on their vision. The other thing is I asked six actually. So let me pull these up really quickly. My computer went to sleep. I asked 6 questions of all new coaches, and I'm going to give you these 6 questions, and I can post them in the comments afterwards so that you guys don't have to go write them down. Hold on. Where'd it go? Sorry, guys. Bear with me just a second. Okay, here we go. So the 6 questions that I ask all my new coaches: what are some things that you have gone without in your life? How has that made you feel, and how has it affected your quality of life? If life were perfect a year from now, what would I do? Where would I go? And what would I have? So I asked those 3 questions of them. Again, I'll post these afterwards. And then I asked them 3 more. When you look at the world, what brings you more pain? What specific changes have you seen in your life that you want to share with the world? And if you could sum up the difference you want to make in others in 3 words, what would those 3 words be? So those are the 6 questions that I ask new coaches, and I help them to continue developing that vision. And I don't just ask them that in the first month, I ask them to respond to that in the second month as well. Because in their first month, a lot of them are like, they answer those questions and they kind of think they need to answer how you want them to answer. By the second month, that starts really developing. So you're always helping them to develop that vision for their life. So if they don't have a strong vision, they will quit, they will give up when it gets tough. And I tell them that. I am really straightforward with my coaches and what's going to happen. The next thing is Keystone Actions. I share with them exactly what they have to do on a daily basis to build their business. For me, I use the business activity tracker. When my coaches are new, I make them send me that tracker. I don't make them do anything. I ask them to send me that tracker once a week. And I tell them, you don't have to send it to me. I won't come after you if you don't send it to me. But if you do, I'll be able to see what you're doing to make sure that aligns with your goals. And then we can reevaluate. The other thing that helps me do is at the end of the month, when we have 4 business activity trackers, we can look back and see, okay, if they invited 100 people total for the month and they have Success Club 5, and they wanted Success Club 10, their goal was 10, we know the following month they need to invite probably 200 people. They need to get into enough conversations that they invite 200 people the following month to get to Success Club 10, based on kind of their closing ratio. I hate that because people always say, how do you close? I don't. I just put it out there and I let people decide for themselves. I'm not a closer. I'd rather talk to more people. That's just me. So I like to figure out how many people I have to talk to and get in conversation with so that we can see how to actually reach the goals. That takes some time with a new coach. It takes them a month of taking action. And so I let them know what those actions are. Next, count the cost. This business, if you're building it as a business and not as a hobby, there are going to be sacrifices, and you have to be aware of those sacrifices. So I make my coaches aware of those sacrifices in the beginning because I don't want them, when something comes their way, when it gets hard, I want them to understand, yes, that's a sacrifice, right? And so some things to think about are, 1, what are they going to sacrifice? Is it going to be TV in the evenings? Is it going to be staying up late or getting up early? You guys are going to think I'm crazy. Everybody does. But as a new coach, I got up at 4:30 a.m. As a brand new coach, because of my full-time job, I was training for an Ironman triathlon. I got up at 4:30 a.m. every single day, did my workout before work, went to work, did another workout after work, then came home, worked my business in the evening, worked my business on my lunchtime at work, and any 5 or 10 minute breaks that I got, if my boss walked out that door, I was on my phone. I was going to build that business in the cracks of my day. So I share that with my coaches. I share that sometimes it was tough. This is my favorite thing. If you've read 6 Months to Six Figures, he talks about this. It's called the decision train. So successful people, the 5% of the world, successful people they decide on what actions they're going to take. They take those actions. They feel amazing afterwards. That builds confidence. They continue to build confidence in themselves. Most people reverse that. Most people, 95% of the world, unsuccessful people, they feel something, they have a feeling, they act on that feeling, they have a feeling, they then make a decision and take action. So don't feel like working out? That's what they take action on. they don't take action. They don't work out because they don't feel like it. Successful people are like, I don't feel like it, but I made that decision. So they do it anyways, and they feel awesome after. So with my coaches, I tell them, you're going to have to choose hard. Because when you choose hard, your life will become easy. When you choose easy, your life becomes hard. Here's a perfect example. We all get fitness and nutrition. I went to school with a lot of really hot people that were like super fit and in shape. And after high school, what they did was they chose easy. They would drink beer, they would eat fast food, they would eat all this crap. 3 years into it, there was no difference. I'm working hard to like try to stay fit and in shape. I'm choosing hard. I'm choosing to eat healthy foods. Not all the time, but I'm choosing to eat healthy foods. I'm choosing to work out when I don't feel like it. And over time, choosing that hard got easy. Choosing healthy food now is my normal. I still love sugar. Don't be fooled. I choose hard. I chose hard to get up at 4:30 a.m. every day. Now that's easy. Those people that chose easy, they're now overweight. They're now broke. I've even seen some of them post that they can't pay their cell phone bills. That's extreme, I know, but it's true because they chose easy in the moment and it made their life hard later. It's that compound effect. But we don't see it right away, and so a lot of times we choose hard at the beginning, and then we stop choosing hard. We choose to invite people when we don't feel like it. We choose to invite people when it's uncomfortable, and then all of a sudden, we're like, no one's responding to me. They didn't respond to me, and these people are responding to me and said yes and didn't follow through, so I'm not choosing hard anymore. And they go back to choosing easy. I tell my new coaches that. I tell them, people are going to tell you no. They're going to tell you yes and not respond. Maybe that's never happened to you. It happens to me all the time. Maybe it's just because I talk to more people. I don't know. Maybe I'm unique and that only happens to me. I don't think so. It happens to me all the time. Even when I'm just sending messages, like I had a free group the other day, 5-day free group. I check in with these people every other day during the free group privately in a private message. Team Z helps me with that. And I was checking in with these people, like, how'd your day go? How was the workout? What do you think about the nutrition plan? Are you struggling with anything? There were people that I sent 3 messages to asking them a question because they asked to join the free group. And they never responded to my message. It has nothing to do with you. It's not personal. People are just like, don't feel the need to answer, so they don't. It has nothing to do if you're inviting them or you're trying to get something from them. The same people that I sent 3 messages to trying to help them, when I sent an invite to them, are they actually the people that responded to me and signed up? But they had ignored me 3 messages before. I tell my coaches that because I want them to count the cost. I tell them they're going to have haters. Not all of them have haters. A lot of them will take like a year or 2 years to come across a hater. I had haters all the time. I still have haters. I have people that I went to high school with that told me I'm a fake and a fraud, that my income is not real. We just bought a brand new house. I did a tour through the house. You could check Redfin or Zillow and see how much that house costs. My husband, he's a coach too. I'll take our fake income. I love our fake income. Like, people are crazy. People say things and put you down because they're uncomfortable. What you're doing makes them uncomfortable. It makes them feel inferior. It has nothing to do with you. I share that with my coaches. I want them to know the cost. So strong desire, keystone actions, count the cost. I share these things with them. And number 4, the last thing that I share with them, and I talked about this a little bit, commitment over feeling. You've made that commitment to your family, to your vision, to your challengers, to your coaches, to those people that you are going to change their life. You have made that commitment. You have to act on that commitment, the decision train, even when you don't feel like it. There are days I do not feel like getting up and talking with people. I'm an introvert. It happens more often than not. There are days that I would rather sit in the corner by myself and watch TV or do my workout and not talk to anyone in this world because I'm an introvert. It's just what I do. But I get on and I start talking with people and I put positive energy out there. I spread love to other people. If I'm having a bad day and I don't want to talk to people, I will start by, well, 1, the first thing I do is I create a gratitude list. But 2, I will just reach out to people and offer them support or help or love in some way. It has nothing to do with my business. But if I do that, how How awesome does that make you feel? Something my husband and I do is we have our favorite breakfast brunch place. Now that we moved, we have to find a new one. But we would go to that brunch place. On Sundays, we would buy ourselves brunch. We'd have brunch. We love it. And we would find someone in the restaurant and we'd buy brunch for them and pay their bill and leave without them knowing. We would make sure that we were gone before the server told them that their bill was paid for. How amazing does that make you feel? Selfish, completely selfish, because I love the way I feel. And the thing that I love the most about it is the servers. When you tell the servers that you're paying for someone's lunch, their eyes light up. They get so excited. They all of a sudden want to spread positive energy. It's contagious. But you know what we do as human beings? We have a part of our brain that says vision. I'm going to get this wrong, so sorry if I get this wrong. The frontal cortex of our brain tells us vision, belief, confidence. We're going to do this. We're going to have this dream life. We're going to create it. We're going to make it happen. And then there's this other part of your brain, the amygdala, and it tells you fear, doubt, hesitation. You can't do this. You suck. That person's better than you. All those negative thoughts, right? And most people act on negative thoughts because it's easy. It's easy to act on the negative thoughts. It's hard to act on the positive thoughts. So our personal development actually is retraining that part of our brain. It's retraining that part of our brain to stop the fear, the doubt, the negativity. I tell my coaches this because they're going to have it. But when you are having that fear, doubt, and negativity, and you go out and you spread positive energy to somebody else, just go and give. Go love on people. Go comment on their stuff and tell them how amazing they are. Some girl popped up in my newsfeed, don't even know her. She's pregnant out to here, like about to pop. And I know that because she posted it. I'm not just assuming that she's about to pop. And I sent her a message. I don't know her. And I said, girl, your picture just popped up in my newsfeed. And I want to let you know you are radiating. You are gorgeous. And I'm so excited for you. Like, congrats on being a new mom. Like, I can't wait to see, like, when your baby comes. I'm watching your newsfeed now to see when she arrives. How amazing did she feel? She messaged me back and she's like, oh my gosh, you just made my day. Like, that's the sweetest message anyone's ever sent me. Spread that. You're having a bad day? Go do that before you get into your sending messages. I tell my coaches these. So 4 things: strong desire, keystone actions, count the cost, commitment over feeling. These things will change your life. I mean, we're going to have bad days. We're going to have days we don't feel like doing stuff. Successful people do it anyways. But it starts with you. If you want your coaches to lead with these 4 things, you have to lead with these 4 things. So it's not, the one thing I noticed is, coaches will show up. Sorry, I just said, way too many times. Coaches will show up. They're building their business. They get to diamond. I can't even tell you how many coaches I have that have been diamond and aren't even coaches anymore. Part of it was I had to get better at teaching them vision. And not everybody's going to have a vision for their life. And a lot of people are going to say that they want all these things in their business and they're going to stop showing up. You have to let go of the anchors. It is not your job to pull them along. And I saw a quote, and I'm not even going to be able to remember it, but it had something to do, it was kind of really raunchy, but it had something to do with like a graveyard and trying to awake the dead or something. It was really, really weird, but it was so powerful. I have to figure out what personal development it was. It was so powerful because it is so true. If a coach stops showing up in their business, you cannot make them show up. Their vision is not strong enough. The one thing you can control though is you. You can control that you show up no matter what. And that's what I've done. And one of my coaches who just went 5-star elite, and guys, she's a 2-star diamond coach at the beginning of October. She was a 2-star diamond coach, not even close. The other 3 coaches were emeralds. She was not close to 5-star. And she said, can I do this in 6 weeks? And I said, you can. And we're going to break it down every week. What you have to do, it's going to be hard, but you can do it. And she got 5-star. And then 3 days, 28th, we got her elite points. And she was 7 points away in the Success Club category for her coaches. Meant she needed 4 coaches to earn Success Club. And again, she had 0. 4 coaches to earn Success Club in 3 days for her to make elite. She did it. She did it. And the best part of that story, she was a coach who signed up with me and quit 2 weeks later. 2 weeks. Was I upset? I was pissed. I was frustrated. I was like, dude, we went through your vision. Like you're going to school, you're working full time, you're doing all this. You're not getting any closer to where you want to go in life. And here is this opportunity and you're so excited. And 2 weeks later, you quit. And she messaged me. And not all coaches message you when they quit, but she messaged me. And it was like, ugh. It just pulling my heart out. I'm like, I want to help you so bad. She had such a similar story, such a similar childhood story to me. And I'm like, we can do this. And she gave up. I left her on my team page. I didn't remove her. I continue to show up, whether she was there or not. I'm going to show up. It doesn't change my vision. I just thought she's not the one to run with me. 9 months later, she came back to me. She apologized and she said, will you still have me? I've been following you these 9 months. And I have to do this. I know it's uncomfortable. I know I'm scared, but I have to do this. This is the only answer. And she joined, and she just went 5-star elite. Chills, right? Her first year of coaching was not easy. She was still, after a year, earning $200 a week. And she just hit her second year anniversary, and she went 5-star elite. From quitting to 5-star elite. People are going to quit. People are going to say they want this. People are going to get to diamond and cancel on you. People are going to get to diamond and be the biggest rock stars. I had a coach 4-star qualifying in 4 months. She was earning $2,000 her second month as a coach. She was a friend of mine. She was in my wedding. She stopped showing up, disappeared, deleted me from everything. She's a coach now. For 3 years, she earned a weekly income off of her 4 months of building. Didn't show up to my wedding. Hurtful, right? Totally. Someday, she's still a coach. She's not even Emerald, but someday maybe she'll be back. She was the most natural coach I had ever seen. She had all of the ability in the world. Things that I had to learn that took me years to learn, she had in her first month as a coach. Stuff that took me 2 years. 4-star qualifying. My first 4-star coach. And she quit. Gave up. It's going to happen, guys. People are going to quit on you. But if your vision and confidence and belief in what you can accomplish is big enough, you will find those people that have the vision that stay with you, that are lifers, that run with you. And maybe not every coach has this. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I love Meg and Janelle Summers and the way they build their business with such integrity. And you guys are so lucky to have incredible uplines to learn from. Maybe they don't have that. I don't know. But that doesn't matter. That's not their story. Your story is yours to create. And I knew that whatever I was going through in my business, whatever struggle came my way, was a lesson for me to turn around, to overcome that struggle and be able to become a better leader because of it and teach more people. So whatever struggle you're going through right now, in this very moment, in your business, embrace it. Embrace the struggle, embrace the suck, be super pumped for it. I get frustrated sometimes that I don't have more struggles. One day, this is so random, but how awesome is it to be able to post a struggle on social media, right? People love it. People love a success story. And I'm like, dude, because I look at things differently, sometimes it's hard. It's hard to find those struggles. One day I was leaving our driveway and I got stuck. It's snowing and I had 4-wheel drive and there was so much snow and there was a huge berm from the snow plowing that my car got suspended and was stuck. We had to dig my car out and it took us a couple hours to dig my car out and I'm just laughing about it. I'm not frustrated. I don't have a job. I have nowhere to be. Sure, I have things I want to get done, but I was like, yes, I get to post about a struggle on social media. Something went wrong in my life. And I'm laughing and having fun with it. And that's what personal development in this business has given to me. Guys, my brother is very much like my dad, aggressive and just can be extremely hateful. And on Christmas, he decided he was going to try to ruin our Christmas. I have 3 nieces. They're beautiful. They're amazing. And his wife or girlfriend, whatever, texted me and said she wasn't coming. We're not coming. We had all these gifts for the girls. We had gotten them, my brother's out of work. We had gotten them all these things that we really wanted to give to them. And they call and they say they're not coming. And I call and my brother is yelling at this point because my mom has said, if you do this and you don't come, my mom takes the girls the twins, every Monday and Tuesday on her days off from work, or Sunday, Monday, she takes the girls. And so they have time to go play and be adults and do whatever they want to do. Like, how incredible, right? Every mom would love to have some time to go do things and just have like a built-in babysitter. And she's like, I'm not going to do that just for you if you guys continue to treat us like this and just not show up. My brother's like, don't you threaten me. He's like yelling all this stuff. When I was a kid, even when I was in my 20s, I would have fought back with him because I'm red. I'm a red personality. And I'm like, no, this is why you're wrong. This is what you need to do, And because of my personal development, I got on the phone and I said, Ryan, I'm not yelling at you. I don't want to fight with you. I want you here. I want to spend Christmas with my brother. I want to spend Christmas with my nieces. I want to spend Christmas with my family. He's still yelling at me. I'm still talking calmly to him. I said, I love you. And the next thing I'm going to say, I am not saying it to hurt your feelings. I'm not saying it to upset you. I'm saying this because I just want you to be aware. We know how much our dad wasn't there for us. We know how much our dad has segregated himself from the family. He doesn't talk to his mom. He doesn't talk to us. He has never met his granddaughters. He has separated himself completely from his family. There's not one person in his family except for his sister that he talks to. Don't be like him. I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings. You're an incredible dad, but don't be like him. Don't do this. I want you here. Go talk to Sierra. Let me know if you guys are coming. I got off the phone. 10 minutes later, he called me back and he said, we're on our way. 5.5 years ago, when I started coaching, if he would have done that, I would have yelled. I would have fought back. That's what I came from. I came from a broken home. I came from a home where communication was yelling. Came from a home where beating other people was okay. And in some weird way, they would tell themselves that that was how life was supposed to be, that they had the right to do that, that it was okay for whatever reason. That's what I came from. Personal development in this business has not just changed my income, but it has changed who I am from the inside out. I can now talk with people and influence them and impact them in a positive way. Not to use those skills negatively, but to be able to just enjoy life more. Sure, I cried when he was sitting there yelling at me because I'm a crier. I just started crying. But my brother and my nieces were here for Christmas. I got to spend my nieces with my Christmas. I got what I wanted. But it was so much more than that. It was being able to calm my brother down from yelling at me instead of exasperating the situation. So guys, this business has the impact to change your life, your coaches' lives. It's a gift. Go out there and share it. I can't share it fast enough. I can't even tell you how many hours I've been working this week, which is crazy for me. I didn't work that much Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday is like 10 to 12 hours. I don't work that many hours usually, but there's just so many people that I want to help and I want to give this to, and I just can't stop because I want them to have this opportunity to change their life if they're ready. So this year, I want you guys to focus on growing yourself. The people that you want to run with, they'll come. I just keep inviting and putting it out there, and the ones that want to run with you, run with them. Do not pull along the anchors, because when they're ready, they'll know that they can contact you. But you have to be there. You have to be there, leading by example, leading from the front, even when it's hard. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump off. I know this was super long. I hope I've given you some valuable tips. Let me know if you have any questions. You can post the questions below. I'll go through them afterwards to answer any things that I missed during the call. And Manny just said, sounds like my dad. My dad didn't show up to my wedding. So it's crazy what you can come from and what you can do with this business. Your past does not determine your future. What you've done in this business does not determine where you are going. You get to decide. That's powerful. You get to decide what you take action on. You get to decide how consistent you've been. You get to decide if you put more or less time into this business. Everything is a choice, and it's up to you. It's your decision. It's powerful. Take it. Make this business an opportunity what you want it to be, because you can, because you have the option. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.